Shove it, man!
Okay, shove it, squad. First of all, the Hawk has to level with you all. Today was meant to be the long-awaited video of Pentagon Jr. in TNA. But as usual, that isn't going to be happening. I promise I'll do it soon. I know you're going to smack me all with a brick. My word ain't worth shit. I promise you, this video is just around the corner. Bear with me. Some of you were dicks in the comment section last time saying that the Hawk has a small head. I just want to point out this is very offensive to me. The wrestlers that I make fun of in my videos all have problems that they could sort out themselves. David Young could come up with a gimmick. Eddie Edwards could stop being such a slapnut. And Wes Briscoe? Well, he could wipe the piss out of his hair. It's not that hard, is it? I can't help the size of my head, so don't be a dick, or I'm coming to your house with a brick. In the meantime, we've got another video that I've been kind of delaying because I wanted to let a bit of time pass between the NWA series and this video today because some of you might think it's boring otherwise. And there's nothing worse than boring. Anyway, I think we're all good now. So this video today is a Patreon request by Ethan GS. If you want to make the Hawk talk, sign up today. And of course, if you know a wrestler
Who could do the J-O-B to the H-J-W-K? Any night, any day. Shove their name in the comment section, Jack.
Okay, Ken Shamrock, is this TNA run something to mock? Ken Shamrock's run in TNA starts out at the very beginning of TNA. In fact, it's on their very first show in 2002. Match 1, Gauntlet for the Gold Battle Royal for the NWA Heavyweight title. Shamrock enters the match to a huge ovation. He's second to last in this one, so he's got a good chance of winning it. He kicks Carino and Crowbar in the head. He quickly follows it with a power slam on Chris Harris. He smashes Malice with a jumping knee, but it doesn't seem to have much effect. He tries it again, but he's caught by Malice and slammed by him. Shamrock seems like he's a bit scared of the big guy. Suddenly, Shamrock kicks Brian Christopher and throws him out of the ring. We're down to the final 3 now. Shamrock has spent most of this battle royal resting in the corner. Malice eliminates Scott Hall, so now Malice will face Ken Shamrock in a singles match for the belt. Ricky Steamboat will be the referee for this one. Malice tells Shamrock to bring it and Shamrock runs straight into his big boot. Malice follows that with a side slam and he gets a 2 count. Malice keeps going with a suplex, which is just another 2. Ken Shamrock tries a desperation sunset flip, but Malice isn't having it and he smacks Ken in the face. Malice attempts a choke slam now and he sort of hits it, but at the same time Shamrock gets on the cross arm breaker. Shamrock keeps the hold on for a while. Malice does eventually make the ropes. Back on their feet quickly, Malice is smacking him around. He tries a kick which Kenny blocks and he puts on the ankle lock. Again, this holds on for a while before Malice makes the ropes. Shamrock pulls him back and seems like he's starting to snap. For some reason, the ref Ricky the Bias Dragonboat Steamboat doesn't force a rope break. Malice hangs in there for another minute before making the ropes again. Then Shamrock keeps the hold on for another 7 seconds. Malice seems like he's enjoying this one. Malice now blocks Shamrock in the corner with a big boot and he wants the choke slam, but that's not going to happen and Shamrock hits the belly to belly. And believe it or not, that's the 3. And the crowd are going nuts for this. Ken Shamrock is crowned the first ever NWA TNA Heavyweight Champion. Well, we certainly don't usually get world title wins in a first match from Ring of the Hawk, so bonus points for that. He didn't really do too much in the match, it wasn't a good match, but the crowd liked it and that's important. I think a B is fair for this opener. Shamrock's title win is instantly invalidated because he doesn't get to cut an interview after winning the belt. Instead, the show goes off the air with a wild Slapnuts appears.
Jeff Jarrett.
He complains that he didn't win the world title. Match 2, NWA World Heavyweight title. The challenger is Malice with Father James Mitchell and he takes on the champion Ken Shamrock. Ken tries to limp into the ring and Malice immediately attacks him. Malice cuts him across the ropes, not once, but twice. Big Malice beats him up around the ring before choking him across the ring apron. Malice chokes Shamrock with his boot and then he falls over. Malice continues the assault, dropping Shamrock across the ropes. Now he chokes Shamrock from the middle rope. The snapmare followed by a leg drop gets Malice a 2 count. Out of nowhere, Shamrock hooks Malice's arm, but he's able to fight Kenny off. Malice sends him out the ring and he slams Shamrock into the commentary table. He puts on a dragon sleeper for a bit on the outside of the ring. Back in the ring now, Shamrock grapevines the leg, which doesn't do much as Malice quickly makes the ropes. Malice with a couple of release backdrop suplexes now. Shamrock's hardly done a thing in this one. As soon as I say that, Shamrock connects with a snap suplex. And there it is, belly to belly, Shamrock wins. Wow, so far he's done absolutely nothing in TNA. I don't think I've seen him throw more than 1 kick so far. A very weak win for Shamrock, but he sold his injuries well. I think he was meant to be injured for this one, so it's a D. Match 3, NWA Heavyweight title. The challenger this time is OMORI for Ken Shamrock's world title. I think he forgot to bring his belt with him though. Shamrock starts with knees to the gut and kicks to the face. Shamrock quickly hits a DDT of authority, but he can't get the 3. Shamrock puts on a head leg scissors with OMORI quickly making the ropes. Shamrock's dominating the early going of this one. OMORI eventually manages to connect with an uppercut and he connects with a spinning heel kick too. OMORI takes him out again with a drop kick. Now OMORI lightly sends Shamrock into the corner and he follows it with a corner kick. He tries to do it in the opposite corner but Shamrock dodges it. The crowd seem distracted by something, they're barely even watching the match. OMORI now with a bad looking neck breaker for a 2 count. He hits a powerful Nelson slam now. He heads to the top rope but he misses his diving knee. OMORI now has a bad leg and Shamrock zones in on it. Out of nowhere, OMORI stops Shamrock with an axe bomber clothesline. Shamrock kicks out at 2 and he gets back in the match with a drop kick. OMORI refuses to tap out to the leg bar. What the hell are the crowd doing in this one? It's so distracting. They hate this match. Shamrock gets the ankle lock on but Wild Slapnuts runs out of a steel chair. He smacks Shamrock in the back with the chair. In fact, he beats the hell out of everyone. Shamrock makes it to his feet and he's smashed again by Slapnuts.
Who would have thought a Ken Shamrock run would be so Slapnut centered?
Is the first NWA TNA Heavyweight Champion the worst? He might very well be. A 10-minute match that the crowd hated. I honestly thought it was going okay, but they didn't. It's a D. Match 4, ladder versus submission match. NWA Heavyweight title. The challenger Sabu versus the champion Ken Shamrock. Shamrock catches a kick and spins Sabu around and smacks him. Sabu somehow gets a 1 count despite this being a ladder match. Shamrock now puts on an armbar. Where the hell is his intensity gone? He looks bored. Shamrock scores some big kicks. Sabu takes him down with a lucky clothesline and they both take time trying to make each other tap. The match speeds up a bit now with Sabu hitting a springboard ass to the face followed by a senton leg drop. He tries the armbar now which Kenny wriggles out of. Now Shamrock hits some of the worst looking stomps I've ever seen. It looks so fake. Did not expect this from Shamrock. Shamrock punches Sabu out the ring as they finally realise that they can use a ladder in this match. Shamrock drop kicks it into Sabu's face. They head up the ramp and Shamrock throws Sabu into the dancer's cage. Sabu sends Shamrock into a crowd barrier now as he lies in a pile of popcorn. Welcome to the big time, Shamrock. Sabu gets Shamrock set up on a table and he looks to dive from the ring but he completely misses and crashes through the table. Ken Shamrock isn't hanging around here, he wasn't even in the camera shot when Sabu went through the table. Ken Shamrock gets the ladder in the ring and he has the belt in his hands, but some music starts playing and Shamrock starts hesitating. Now the lights go out. The lights come back on and Shamrock is still stalling. Malice comes into the ring and he chokeslams Shamrock off the ladder. He climbs the ladder and steals the belt, so yet again there's no winner of this match. Based on this evidence, I have no idea how he's the world champion. This match sucks Sonny Siaki's ass, it's an F. Match 5, heavyweight title, but it's halfway into the show because nobody cares about it. Ron the Truth Killing's the challenger versus the champion Ken Shamrock. Shamrock takes Truth down straight away and he frantically grabs the ropes. Now Shamrock dodges Truth and he almost falls over but he still manages to connect with his roundhouse kick. Shamrock tries an armbar now as the crowd chant for the Truth. He makes the ropes. Truth now with the splits into the kicks which gets him a 2 count. Shamrock keeps trying to get on the ankle lock but it's not really working for him. Truth clotheslines him down. He also tries 10 punches in the corner but Shamrock stops him and powerbombs him. Ken Shamrock almost wins the match now with a power slam. The crowd just don't care about him. Ken Shamrock connects with a spinning back elbow and a heel kick. We seem to be getting a bit more from him this time. Shamrock screams and attempts a hurricanrana but Truth falls down and they both collapse to the floor. Shamrock tries to move on quickly from that botch with an ankle lock. Truth quickly makes the ropes. Now we have fighting around the ring, ending with Truth suplexing Shamrock on the outside. He's not that hurt and the fight continues in the ring. Ken Shamrock has the armbar on and the crowd are chanting Shamrock sucks. He can't make Truth tap. Shamrock throws him out of the ring in frustration. Where's his damn intensity gone? He almost looks like he's annoyed to be here. A pile of wrestlers attack Truth and Killings on the outside. Apollo is one of them and he tries a super kick. Shamrock sells it like it hit him, even though it obviously didn't. In the ring now, Ron the Truth hits a diamond cutter. Believe it or not, that's the 3. Wow, what a horrible title reign that was. He tried a bit more here, but none of it really came off. I give this one a D. It wasn't impressive and his character is so bland now. What the fuck happened to him? And right there, that ends his first TNA run. I guess he wasn't interested in a title rematch then. Ken Shamrock came back to TNA in 2004 for a cup of coffee. Match 6, Gauntlet Battle Royal for the #1 contendership for the heavyweight title. Guess who's the champion? Well, slap yourself in the nuts if you didn't know the answer to that one. Shamrock doesn't start this match, in fact he enters very last this time. He hits a power slam on Collier, a belly to belly on Hernandez. Onyx, who? He gets hit with a spinning heel kick and a belly to belly. Shamrock hits yet another on Mold Dog. Now he squares off with the man who beat him for the belt originally and he scores a roundhouse kick to his head. And now Ken Shamrock is thrown out of the ring by the elite guard. He screams fuck and now he attacks the steel steps. Everyone in the ring has stopped doing what they're doing and they stare at Shamrock as he throws a tantrum. Believe it or not, it took 6 matches for Shamrock to snap in TNA. He almost hits Dom West, who's trying to wheel away in his chair. Now Shamrock attacks the security geeks. Ken Shamrock reappears at the end of the match, stopping Jarrett from using the guitar. And then he smashes the Truth in the head with it, and steal the NWA Heavyweight Champion, the King of Slapnuts, Jeff Jarrett. Well, this is pretty embarrassing. Thrown out in a minute by a bunch of nobodies and then turned into a lackey for Slappy. It's an S. Match 7. Guitar on a pole, 10-man tag. It's the Elite Guard teaming up with Ken Shamrock and also Slapnuts. They take on the Free Live Crew, who are also teaming with the living legend Larry Zbyszko and Dusty Rhodes. Truth continues to fight with Shamrock on the outside. They aren't really a part of this match, they're just doing whatever they want. Shamrock wants a suplex, but he's unable to manage one. Ken Shamrock is now being beaten up by Mold Dog on the outside. This match is one of the dumbest matches I've ever seen. The Free Live Crew try to help Dusty Rhodes reach the guitar, but he's too fat and he asks them to lift him higher. Here's an idea, send somebody else up there. Send anyone but him, anyone but Dusty Rhodes. Shamrock gets the ankle lock on Dusty. Whilst that's happening, Slapnuts retrieves his guitar. Shamrock chases away the referee for some reason. Dusty stops Jeff from using the guitar and he smashes Onyx in the head for the free. Completely dumb and pointless. Why the hell did they even pay Shamrock to do this? And even worse, why the hell did they send Dusty to retrieve the guitar from the pole? It's an S.
No!
That ends that TNA stage for Shamrock. What was the point? So as many of you know, Ken Shamrock returned to Now Impact Wrestling in 2019. Match 8, Bound for Glory 2018. Moose with Frank Trigg versus Ken Shamrock. He still looks in amazing shape even in 2019. He looks like a young Liam Neeson. Well, the match actually starts with some intensity. I'm in shock. They both smack each other, then Shamrock goes running and he does a sort of head scissors, but he struggles to get the armbar on. Moose powers him up before Shamrock picks his ankle. Moose makes the ropes. Moose elbows him in the face now and charges, but Shamrock sends him out the ring. Completely out of the blue, Shamrock dives to the outside, shades of that Undertaker dive at WrestleMania to the outside that almost went wrong. Shamrock starts no-selling Moose's chops on the outside, but the rake of the eyelid has more effect on Kenny. Moose runs at Shamrock again, but Shamrock back body drops him on the ramp. Moose stops him from doing anything else by sending him into the pole. We make it back to the ring for the first time in a long time, but only for a second because Shamrock's throwing himself out the ring again onto Moose. Frank Trigg starts cheating and he grabs Shamrock's leg, which allows Moose to take him out on the rope. Trigg is now cutting the turnbuckle pads away. Moose tries to send him into it and then they both take turns blocking it. Now Shamrock connects with a Hurricanrana. They both get straight back up and Shamrock hits the belly to belly. Ken Shamrock has the ankle lock on, but Moose grabs the ref and this causes a ref bump. With the ref out, Moose hits a massive punch to the slash zone. Trigg slides a steel chair into Moose. Moose says he's the world's most dangerous man. Shamrock screams bring it and then Moose misses his chair shot. Shamrock hits Moose with a dangerous looking throw into the corner. Now Shamrock has the ankle lock on again. Moose holds on for a while before Trigg climbs into the ring. Shamrock smacks him one. When Shamrock turns around, Moose hits him with a pump kick. Moose attempts a moonsault now, which he completely misses. Shamrock puts the ankle lock on again. Then it all goes wrong. Moose kicks him off and tries to send Shamrock into the exposed turnbuckle. But it looks awful and Shamrock practically has to force himself into it. Moose wins with the spear. A great match with a horrible ending and the best match so far by a country mile. Despite that ending, I'm still going to give this one an A because at the end of the day, Shamrock is a 55-year-old man at this point and he really put his body on the line. I'm pretty much blown away by that one. Match 9, everybody's favourite Joey Ryan versus Ken Shamrock. Kenny's going to kill him. Snap his ankle, Kenny. I hope he does. Unfortunately, Shamrock looks like he's about to fall asleep and doesn't seem intense for this one. Ryan starts the match with his oils. Ryan then wants to shake Shamrock's hand, but he just seems confused. They finally lock up and Shamrock hits a couple of arm drags. Nothing's really happening in this match. Shamrock scores a shoulder knockdown and a sunset flip into a leg bar, but Joey makes the ropes. The crowd are chanting for Shamrock to touch his dick. Out of nowhere, Ryan dropkicks Shamrock in the face. Shamrock seems impressed and offers to shake hands, which is a bad move because Ryan puts Shamrock's hand on his dick and then he hits the dick flip on Shamrock. This causes the energy to disappear from the crowd and they go silent. Shamrock wins with the ankle lock. It was weird seeing Shamrock play a respectful legend character here, something different. It wasn't really much of a match at all, it's a D for character work. Match 10 impromptu matchup, Ken Shamrock takes on Sami Callihan. Kenny towers over Sami. Sami slaps Shamrock and then he runs away and dumps in his nappy of fear. Sami comes back in the ring and he tells Shamrock to calm down and then he spits on him. Shamrock flips out and kicks him and completely batters the half man half mole Sami Callihan. He once again soils his nappy and tries to hide on the outside. They both no-sell each other's strikes on the outside before Sami runs away yet again with diarrhea dripping down his leg. Callihan spits all over his hand now and slaps Shamrock in the chest. This guy's vile. Shamrock slowly seems to be getting dazed from all the offense, but then he clotheslines him down out of the blue. They come back to the ring and Sami gets the advantage with Shamrock coming into the ring. He hits a Death Valley driver for a 2 count. He tries another spit shot now, but he runs straight into a Shamrock power slam. Now there's a ref bump. CALLIHAN tries to hit Shamrock with a belt, but he dodges it and hits the belly to belly. Shamrock has CALLIHAN tapping out to the ankle lock, but no ref. Madman Fulton runs out and he hits a terrible looking catatonic on Shamrock. CALLIHAN puts the ankle lock on as the referee wakes up and he wins the match via knockout. Not sure what to think of this one, just give it a middle of the road see. Match 11, Hard to Kill 2020. In the opener, Ken Shamrock takes on Madman Fulton. He's accompanied by the Seagull brothers. Strange choice for a pay-per-view opener, this one. Fulton misses his big boot. He seems confused as Shamrock starts smacking him. Shamrock hits a roundhouse kick before Fulton power slams him. Shamrock tries an armbar, but Fulton tries to power him up, but Shamrock holds the ropes. Fulton with a heel trip now, which is a bad choice because it leaves him open for Shamrock to pick his ankle. Fulton makes the ropes. Yet again, Fulton misses his big boot and he gets hung up on the ropes. As Shamrock attacks him, Fulton is able to armbar Shamrock across the ropes. Fulton's on the outside now and Shamrock tries to dive on him, but Fulton catches him. He can't do anything and Shamrock escapes and sort of throws him with a German suplex. We're back in the ring now. Shamrock throws some kicks. OVE try to interfere and Shamrock's able to take the Seagulls out. With all those distractions, Fulton's able to hit a big spinning side slam. Now Fulton picks him up and hits a choke slam. Madman Fulton wants to hit another one, but he can't manage it because Ken Shamrock has a Kimura lock on. Shamrock has to break the hold though because his shoulders are down and he's almost pinned. Fulton has now apparently dislocated his shoulder. It's all popping out and red. Fulton wants to continue the match, but Shamrock doesn't because he says he's already broken his shoulder. Fulton keeps getting in his face, so Shamrock smacks him one, and then Fulton hits a sort of spinebuster. He gets a 2 count. David Young would be turning in his grave if I called this a cab driver slam, and he ain't even dead. Moments later, Shamrock gets another armbar on, and Shamrock gets the tap out win. Not the best match you'll ever see, it's a D. Match 12, Impact Rebellion 2020 Part 1. Unsanctioned match, Sami Callihan vs Ken Shamrock. I hate watching matches during the COVID crunch, it's so depressing. Callihan dives on Shamrock before he can even get in the ring. Callihan with a suplex on the outside now. Shamrock fights back with some fire. He sends Sami into a fence and he collapses to the floor. Shamrock dives off the entrance ramp now. It doesn't look great. Things turn really weird now. They head into the back of the arena, but the footage becomes all pre-recorded like all the stuff they did with the Broken Hardys. Callihan throws powder into his face and smashes him with a trash can. This one is just a messy brawl. I'm not really enjoying it. It's so overly dramatic and over-edited. Shamrock has managed to get back up now, but he's rushed by the OVE crew. They destroy Shamrock. They say ass up, ass down, and then completely out of the blue, Sami Callihan turns on his OVE crew with a baseball bat. Now some stupid cowboy music is playing. Whoever created this match needs to be punched in the gut. They agree to finish their fight out in the car park. It seems so wacky to think of a real athlete like Ken Shamrock taking part in this super fake looking turd fest. Barely anything happens out there and Sami Callihan wins with a sleeper hold in the car park. No, I'm just kidding. Shamrock wins with the ankle lock. The fakest looking match I've seen in a while, and I saw the ROH wrestlers on Impact last month. It's a D because at least he did it. Match 13, Triple Threat. Michael Elgin takes on Ken Shamrock, who jumps him straight away. The arena goes dark and Sami Callihan appears in the ring, who will also be in this match. Elgin hits a power slam on Shamrock, who spills out the ring and lets the other two guys get on with it. They're distracted, they don't notice Shamrock, who dives down on them from the ring. Back in the ring now, Elgin hits a dropkick on Shamrock. Shamrock easily takes him down with an arm drag. Ken Shamrock is distracted by his weird bromance that he has going on with Callihan, and Elgin clotheslines them both. He follows that by throwing Shamrock into the corner pole. A bit later, Shamrock and Callihan work together, which allows Shamrock to connect with belly to belly on Elgin. The bromance comes to an end now and they trade shots. Sami connects with a kick to the ankle and a running diving punch. Shamrock's now gasping for air in the corner. Elgin tries to cover Callihan and Shamrock sees a chance to try and get the ankle lock on, but he can't manage it. Elgin hits a DDT on Shamrock, who no-sells it and gets straight back up. Elgin does it again and Shamrock gets straight back up again. Shamrock puts the ankle lock on again and again Elgin makes the ropes. I feel like I'm saying that word so much. Shamrock drags him back with Elgin pulling away the turnbuckle cover. Callihan stops Elgin from tapping out now by holding his hand. Why doesn't he try breaking up the submission instead? So many weird things on these COVID crunch shows. Elgin throws Callihan into Shamrock and he hits a nice spinning sit-out powerbomb and that's the 3. Not much to say, it's a C. Match 14, Slammiversary 2020, tag title match. The challengers are the weirdest ever bromance, Sami Callihan and our guy Ken Shamrock. The champions are the North. Ken Shamrock starts this one with Alexander, who double legs him straight away. He does it again with Ken Shamrock trying to hook Alexander's leg at the same time. Callihan thinks this is boring and he tags himself in by slapping Shamrock's chest. Shamrock gets back in later with some strikes on Ethan Page and DDT, and later a big power slam. The fight heads out the ring where the North grabs Shamrock's eyelid to slow him down. Back in the ring, Alexander hits shoulders to the gut. He ends up taking out the North and tagging out. He gets back in later with a pair of knees to Alexander and a dropkick to Ethan Page. He power slams Alexander for a 2 count, and then, for some reason, he tags out. This proves to be a bad move because the North immediately take out CALLIHAN. Shamrock isn't having it though, and he throws Alexander over the top rope for belly to belly. Ken Shamrock now has the ankle lock on Page whilst Alexander has one on CALLIHAN at the same time. That doesn't work though. Shamrock now has the world's weakest submission on Alexander, but again it's broken up and CALLIHAN is shoved into him. Like a complete fool, he starts yelling at his partner and asking why he smashed into him. It was clearly an accident. Moments later, CALLIHAN has the match won, but Shamrock just stands there gormlessly watching as Page breaks up the pin. Shamrock is now standing around like a confused old man. Ken Shamrock wants to hit Alexander on the ring apron, but instead he kicks his own partner. He fights Alexander on the top rope and he throws him across the ring. Shamrock wants to hit a dive now at the ring, but he sort of just slops over the top rope. The North take advantage with their double team finisher on Shamrock, and that's how this match ends. This was pretty good in parts, but Shamrock just looks so dumb in this one. It's somewhere between a B and a C, so I'll be nice and give him a B. Cool moment for Kenny now because he's inducted into the Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame, and he's inducted by no other man than The Rock. So The Rock appeared on TNA. Match 15, Eddie Slapnut Edwards versus Ken Shamrock with Sami Callihan. Shamrock hits the first big knockdown kick, but he looks confused. Shamrock lies on top of Edwards for a bit now as he tries to pick an armbar. He almost gets a pin here too. This literally goes on for 2 minutes with Shamrock lying on top of Eddie. Shamrock starts hitting some extremely weak looking punches in the corner. Slapnuts has to bail from the ring to get away from the weak strikes. Shamrock keeps hitting Eddie Edwards with knees to the face. Why isn't the ref getting them in the ring? This goes on for another 2 minutes. Finally back in the ring, Shamrock is still hitting knees. Eddie tries to punch Shamrock in his liver spots and he has many to choose from. He connects with the only move of the match so far, a bad looking Blue Thunder bomb. Edwards starts hitting dragon screws to Shamrock's legs now. He sends Shamrock out the ring and then he hits a suicide dive on Shamrock and Callihan on the outside. They come back to the ring with Eddie nailing a top rope missile dropkick. Now Slapnuts hits another powerbomb. Shamrock's able to kick out this one and he almost puts on the armbar. I'm starting to fall asleep here. Eddie Edwards hits a backpack stunner, but he just gormlessly sits there. Shamrock sits up and no-sells it and he tries a submission, but Eddie headbutts him away. The match should be over when Edwards hits the Boston Knee Party. Instead of making a pin, he tries a half Boston Crab. Callihan turns the lights out in the arena. When they come back on in the ring, he's there with a bat. Edwards deals with him easily, and then the match ends when Shamrock hits the belly to belly, followed by the ankle lock tap out win. One of the slowest matches I've seen in the modern era. They spent most of it lying on top of each other. It was like a bad porno. It's nothing other than a D. Match 16, Impact World Title match. The challenger is Ken Shamrock, accompanied by his best friend in the world, Sami Callihan. I'm actually shocked it's taken this long to give him a world title shot. Come to think of it, isn't he owed one? And the champion is Rich Swann. Huge size mismatch here. Swann uses his speed advantage and Shamrock can't really get him. Callihan grabs Swann's leg, which allows Shamrock to catch him. Super best friend Sami Callihan is ejected from ringside for doing that. Swann now hits a couple of drop kicks and he desperately tries to take out Kenny's legs. Swann tries to dive now, but he's caught and Shamrock slams him into the turnbuckles. Ken starts working on the ankle. Swann tries to hide in the corner and he dumps his nappy of fear. Shamrock keeps kneeing him in the face, and it's all been Shamrock in this match so far. Josh Matthews tells us that Rich Swann is the type of guy you can find on the street.
Well, that's probably because he looks homeless.
This is another match that's moving at a snail's pace. Shamrock has him in a front chancery for a while whilst kneeing him in the gut at the same time. Swann is still going, but he can't cut down the giant Ken Shamrock. He's barely left his feet. We get a replay of a kick to the gut and a knee to the face. Pretty short on highlights for this one then, it seems. Swann starts hitting some spinning kicks. He does this not once, not twice, but thrice, and it sure wasn't nice. Shamrock is finally down. Swann gets a 2 count now on a rolling thunder. He gets another 2 on a sunset flip. Rich kips out of an armbar attempt and kicks Shamrock in the head again. Swann now have a top rope frog splash for yet another 2. Another slow motion kick from Swann now, which enables Ken to grab his ankle. Swann escapes, but Shamrock puts on a Kakita clutch. Swann rolls through and he pins Shamrock's shoulders down for the 3. Definitely saw that finish in a Samoan Joe match at some point. Shamrock's a bad loser, so he smashes the referee, and Callihan joins him in beating up Rich Swann. Shamrock punches D'Lo Brown after the match in 2020. This match was a snooze fest, it's a D. Match 17, final match, and actually his last ever match from what I can tell. We're moving into the year 2021 for this one. Moose teams up with Sami Callihan, Ken Shamrock and Chris Bay to take on Tommy Dreamer, Rich Swann, Willie Mack and Trey Miguel. Shamrock's pretty much a non-factor in this match. He finally gets the tag, but all he does is slam Willie Mack into the corner and tag out. He looks around confused that he's still here. Yeah, take a good look, Kenny, you won't be there much longer. Nothing's happening. Finally, something happens. Shamrock hits a belly to belly on Trey Miguel. Then he's kicked out by Rich Swann and Shamrock disappears. Trey Miguel wins with a Hurricanrana pin on Callihan. Shamrock shakes with anger for some reason. It's an S.
Ow!
In the post-match, Shamrock punches the referee in the gut and puts him in the ankle lock. He refuses to let go, and this leads to a suspension from Impact Wrestling, and he's not been on Impact since.
That was painful. Just gonna level with you guys. I thought that would be better than that. Towards the end, I almost smacked myself in the head. Ken Shamrock was clearly past it at this point. He was moving at a snail's pace. He just didn't seem to match up well with anybody. So the question is, does Ken Shamrock get a place on the Ring of the Hawk roster? I think all things considered, he could have a good match when he wanted to. But a lot of the time he did nothing and he looked like he didn't want to be there. The good matches were few and far between. He was missing his intensity and scary look from the WWF. There was still just about enough here to give him a decent grade on Ring of the Hawk. It wasn't in the shove it zone and it wasn't great. So let's give him a middle of the road C. And if you don't agree with that, I'll beat you until you agree.